Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my entire perfume collection. I'm so excited. Just excuse the damp hair and the chipped nails. That's just how it's going to be today. We're going to get into it. I have all of my perfumes behind me here. You can't see that like top shelf up there. We'll do that at the end and just have some extra perfumes and travel sizes up there. Before we get started, if you're new here, my name is Tabitha. I do fragrance videos on this channel, and I also have a separate channel where I do hair videos and some other random things as well. So I would love if you would consider subscribing and giving the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. And let's talk about all my perfume. Okay, so starting on this bottom shelf, in this back corner here, we have one of my favorite perfumes. You guys, I am obsessed with this perfume. It's definitely in my top 5. I know this bottle is so bright, but I actually really love it. I love like the rose or the flower shape on the front. I think it's so pretty. I grabbed a piece of paper. I might actually spray it just to smell it while I'm describing it. Something about this perfume is just so addicting to me. I absolutely love it. This reminds me a lot of the Lush Rose Jam scent. If you guys have ever smelled that, this is so similar to that. It's like a really sweet strawberry rose with like this musky, almost like syrupy undertone. It smells sweet and clean at the same time. And honestly, even if you don't like rose, I think you would like this perfume because it doesn't smell like a traditional rose at all. It's like a sweet, fruity rose, and it's just absolutely incredible. This smells like the prettiest, cleanest girl in the room, for sure. You are always her if you're wearing this. Oh, I love it so much. I wish that this was easier to find. I feel like it's a little bit harder to find than some perfumes, but you can still get it on fragrance websites. So I'm just going to trust that I can still get this perfume when I run out of this bottle because I need this and I would be so sad if I can't find it anymore. So in front of that, we actually have a celebrity perfume. This is Britney Spears' Prerogative, and this is very similar to Black Opium. It's definitely in that same scent family. It's a little bit different. It has this apricot note that makes it a little bit fruitier, a little bit brighter, but it's a really nice, sweet, warm scent, perfect for fall and winter. Definitely doesn't have super great longevity and protection, but I feel like it's better than some people say. I feel like people really kind of talk down on the performance of this scent, and I don't feel like it's that bad. It's pretty average to me for what a celebrity perfume is, but it's not horrible on me personally. And I actually just wore this on a trip I went on recently, and I love to do that with perfumes because I feel like it reminds me of the trip then, or like of a certain time in my life. It's just, I love so much how scent is tied to memory. It's one of my favorite things about perfume. I'm getting thirsty already and I've been talking for like 5 minutes. Next one is a dupe house fragrance. This is from Alt Fragrances. It is their Cherry Smash number 12, and this is a dupe for Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I haven't smelled the original, but everyone says that this is like a spot on dupe. It's a warm, sweet, like cherry scent. I believe there is like a liquor note in here, which you kind of get that vibe from it, like an almond and liquor and cherry concoction is kind of what I get from this. There's like a warm vanilla-y scent to it, and this is such a perfect fall and winter, like nighttime scent. I mean, you could also wear it in the day, but to me, this is like a night out fall and winter scent. This is giving me totally like dark, smoky eye vibes, but it's also comforting and cozy at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. It's like sexy, but cozy. I don't know. This is freaking bomb. In front of that, we have one of my recent favorites. This is Vanille Eau de Toilette from Outremer, and you can get this on Anthropologie. You can get it on Amazon, a couple different places. This is just a pure sweet vanilla. It's like vanilla extract mixed with cotton candy or taffy or marshmallows. Like, it's just a sweet, delicious, gourmand vanilla. A little bit different from Pink Sugar just because of that licorice note. I don't pick up the licorice that intensely in Pink Sugar until I smell it next to this. Then I can see that difference. It's just this one has not a trace of licorice in it. So you do notice that difference. So if you don't like the licorice and Pink Sugar, check out Vanille. And then we have probably my all-time favorite perfume. And of course, it's discontinued. This is the Flowerbomb Eau de Toilette from Viktor&rolf. So this is not the original ADP version that everyone talks about. This is their Eau de Toilette that is now discontinued. Extremely, extremely hard to find. I do have a backup bottle of this, but I can only find them on Mercari when people are like getting rid of or like decluttering their collection. This is so similar to the original Flowerbomb, but it is a little bit more bubbly, I guess. It has notes of pink pepper and tangerine. So even though it's still warm, it's still sweet. It's not fresh or too citrusy or anything like that, but it's like if you took Flowerbomb and you added tangerine and pink pepper to it, and it creates this like slightly more citric, brighter version of Flowerbomb. And generally I love the sweet, heavy, warm scents, but something about this one, it's still sweet, it's still warm like I said, but a little bit toned down from the EDP. So I don't know why, I just absolutely love this scent. It's so beautiful to me. This is one of the first perfumes I ever fell in love with. It's like the first expensive perfume I had. To me, this is just such an elegant scent. It's not trying too hard. It's effortless is the way to describe this. More so even than the EDP, I feel like. Even though I do love the EDP, which is actually right beside this one. This is still my bottle that I got years ago. So the juice is a little bit dark, but it still smells good. And yeah, this one is just a little bit heavier. It's a little bit warmer and a little bit sweeter, but still smells so similar to that one. I just prefer the other one just a smidge more. Still love the EDP though. It smells so good. Whenever I wear this one, I always think, why don't I wear it more? That's how I feel about this perfume when I wear it. I'm like, I need to pull this out more because it's such a good one. I just have so many other perfumes that I kind of forget sometimes about my Flowerbomb, even though, like I said, that other EDT is like my favorite perfume. I love it so much. Here in the front, we have Si Passion by Giorgio Armani. This is such a beautiful, like, blackcurrant rose scent. If you look up the notes on Fragrantica, it does not list musk. But when I bought this perfume on Sephora, it listed musk as one of the notes. So I don't know, but to me this has like a musk note to it. Yeah, this is just a really nice signature worthy type of scent. I prefer this in the fall and winter because that's what it reminds me of, and that's when I wore it when I first got it. But it could definitely be a summer scent as well. I really do love it in the fall and winter though, but this is just such a good versatile scent. It's not super sweet, so keep that in mind. A lot of the blackcurrant perfumes that I have are really sweet. This one is not super sweet at all. It's mixed really beautifully with the musk and the rose. And I want to say there's pear in here as well, so you get that like freshness. It's just so good. Then we have Burberry Her. You guys, this is such a popular perfume. This is such a sweet strawberry, like berry musky scent. It has a creaminess to it, and it does smell really sweet and just like berry musky. I would say that it's similar to the type of perfume that my Valentina Pink is that I mentioned at the beginning. So if you like this perfume, I feel like you would really like Valentina Pink as well. And vice versa, if you like that one, which that one isn't as popular, but if you do, you would probably like this as well. It's just such a delicious, bubbly, feminine scent. Okay, and then behind that we have a perfume that I actually haven't worn yet. I just talked about this in my last perfume haul. It was like a celebrity perfume haul. And this is Paris Hilton Dazzle. I can't give like a review fully on this yet, but this is a sweet cherry warm perfume. That's a really like basic description of it. You get vanilla, and in a way, now that I'm smelling it right out of the bottle, it sort of reminds me of Flowerbomb. It's definitely younger and sweeter and more cherry, but it gives off a similar vibe to Flowerbomb. So that is Paris Hilton Dazzle, and it's very affordable. I don't know why people don't talk about this, because from what I can tell, even though I haven't worn it yet, this is a really good celebrity perfume. That's underrated, so. Oh my gosh, you guys. That scared the crap out of me. I am so glad that I have carpet flooring. I'm gonna be more careful. In front of that perfume, we have another extremely popular perfume, and this is Valentino Donna Born in Roma. A lot of people say it's like their most complimented perfume. I've only worn this a couple of times, but I did get a compliment once, which is kind of rare for me. This is, like I said, it's in a lot of people's most complimented list. It is very like sexy and sultry and sweet, and this has bourbon vanilla and black currant, and there's other notes in here as well, but that's just like some of the main notes that I always remember, because you really get the sweet black currant. It has that like tanginess to it, if you know what I mean, that some black currant perfumes have, and it does have that like bourbon vanilla type scent. It is really sexy. Like, this is a hot perfume, and I would definitely wear this on like a date night or even a girls' night out. This is just like, this will get you attention. Okay, Then we have Victoria's Secret. This is Tease, and this was a gift from my brother a few Christmases ago. I don't wear this one very much anymore just because I have so many perfumes and I feel like the performance on this one isn't phenomenal, but I do really like the scent. It smells just like Viva La Juicy. If you guys have smelled Viva La Juicy, it's very soft and vanilla and slightly sweet, a little bit floral. Just a very nice, soft, everyday scent. Guys really like this perfume. Yeah, like I said, the performance isn't like overly phenomenal, but it is still a really nice scent and very likable. I am just getting through my first shelf and I have been filming for 20 minutes, so I need to move quicker. But this is L'Interdit by Givenchy, and this perfume, when I smell this, it's just that like synthetic grapey opening is what gets me with this. It's definitely a very floral perfume, like a warm floral. It has tuberose in it, which tuberose can turn me off a lot, but I do like it in this perfume. But then it has that like grapey opening. And honestly, to me, this perfume is what like elegance smells like in like the 50s and the 60s. And maybe it's just because this perfume was originally made for Audrey Hepburn. So if I'm biased, I'm sorry, but this literally smells like an elegant woman from the 50s and 60s. And I know this perfume has been reformulated since then, but it still smells so just feminine and elegant, and oh my gosh, it's so elegant. But definitely, you know, a little bit unique in a way. Like, it doesn't smell like everything else, and I feel like not everybody is gonna like this because it does have that tuberose note, but I think it's just so beautiful. Okay, and then next shelf, right here we have my Gucci 2. This is a discontinued perfume, but I wore this perfume on my wedding day and on my honeymoon, so it just takes me right back to Santorini. That's where we went for our honeymoon. It smells just like those streets. But this is also a blackcurrant scent, but this is a very, very different blackcurrant. It is a much sort of like fresher type of perfume. Not overly so, because it has this like spicy sort of pepperiness to it, and it's not really sweet. So it's definitely unique. Every time someone comes to my house and smells perfumes, they love this one, Gucci 2. Back behind that, we have another one of my all-time favorite perfumes. This is Jo Malone Blackberry and Bay. This is such a unique scent. There is really nothing like this. It is Blackberry and Bay, like I said. It really does smell like crisp, fresh blackberries, and you get that like herbally tone from the bay. I want to say there's cedar in here or some type of woody note, and there's also grapefruit. So you do get that kind of mixed in. If you smell it, you kind of pick up on those notes, but it really just smells like blackberries and bay leaves, and it's not sweet at all. It's very fresh and tart, and it's a little bit unisex, but I do prefer on a woman. Something about this perfume, I don't usually go for like fresh scents. Those aren't my favorite type of scents necessarily, but when it's done right, and this is done right, it's just, it's such a good perfume. And this is my most complimented perfume by my husband. He is like pretty picky with perfumes, and he gets headaches easily, and I don't get compliments from him a ton on my perfume, honestly, but he loves Blackberry and Bay. Every time I wear it, he asks me what it is. It's just a very easy reach for me that I always go back to because I know that people are gonna like it. Honestly, people like this perfume in general on me. I get compliments on it. The performance on it is pretty average, I would say. It's not phenomenal, but it's not horrible. So I just overspray it, or I take the little mini one with me in my bag. And then here we have like a little clump of celebrity perfumes. A few of these are like recent ones from my haul, so I haven't worn them yet. This is Believe by Britney Spears. Patchouli and guava are the main things that I get from this. It also has a sparkling kind of champagne quality, more than the Dazzle from Paris Hilton does. But again, I haven't worn this on my skin, so I'm just gonna have to try it out. But still, to me, this smells like a early 2000s movie. That's what I get from this. It's like a girl from the early 2000s. And then we have Riri by Rihanna. This is probably the softest, most likable perfume from that celebrity haul that I did. I can see my husband liking this because it's sweet and warm, but it doesn't have like a strong perfuminess to it. Like, it's soft. In my perfume haul, I said this reminds me of like a strappy slip dress and like a party, like a nighttime high school or college party, and you have a little slip dress on. This would be like the perfect perfume, but this could also be an everyday perfume. That's Riri by Rihanna. Very, very nice scent. And in the back, we have Reb'l Fleur Love Always. I have not worn this perfume yet, but I think it's going to be replacing my original Reb'l Fleur because I think I like it more. I do still have my Reb'l Fleur perfume, but I put it off to the side because this shelf was getting really full, and I just honestly feel like there's a pretty large chance that I'll be selling this one and keeping this one. This is Reb'l Fleur, which is like a patchouli, peach, coconut, vanilla type of scent, but it's warmer and sweeter and richer, and you get less of the patchouli than you do in the original Reb'l Fleur, which I think is the main thing that I like about this one. So it's not too strong for me in Reb'l Fleur, but sometimes it is a little bit much for me in the opening. So then we have Britney Spears. Sorry guys, loud traffic going by again. This is Britney Spears Midnight Fantasy, just a flanker from the original Fantasy perfume that comes in the round pink bottle. This perfume is very much a fruity, shampoo-y scent. There's like plum in here. It definitely has a shampooiness to it. It reminds me of Dark Kiss from Bath & Body Works, but it is fruitier and juicier than that one, more shampoo-y than that one, and sweeter than that one. That one is like a softer, warmer version of this. I think I prefer this one a little bit more. And it's a very likable scent. This is also another one of those perfumes that people say is like their most complimented perfume. I do still need to wear it more because it's a little bit more of a recent purchase. Behind that, we have Guess Seductive Noir, another one that I haven't worn a ton yet, but this is compared a lot to Mon Guerlain, and it definitely has a similar quality to Mon Guerlain. I would say this one is even a little bit less sweet though. Not that Mon Guerlain is overly sweet at all, but this is like a little bit less. Very soft, warm, just lovely nighttime, date night type of scent. It sort of has like a little bit of a spiciness to it that makes it really sexy. Yeah, this is like a little black dress, which I know it's in like, oh my gosh, there is so much traffic right now, you guys. And I think I'm gonna close the shade because there's just people looking in here and it's making me very uncomfortable, or I feel like there's people looking in here. I know it's in a little black bottle, but I get a little black dress from this, but not little black dress with like red lipstick. It's a little bit more toned down than that. Maybe some natural makeup, soft waves in your hair, and just a cute little black dress. And it's just a great date night perfume. Very feminine and sexy without being loud and obnoxious, if that makes sense. On the other spectrum from that, this is a little bit more loud and young. This is Signorina Misteriosa from Salvatore Ferragamo. This is a creamy, sweet blackberry scent. This is very, very, very sugary. It has a little bit of that similar fruitiness that Dark Kiss and the Britney Spears Midnight Fantasy perfume have, like the same sort of like dark purple fruit, but this one is the sweetest, and it is the more creamy, milky one. It smells like it has whipped cream. It's like a blackberry dessert with just like sugary whipped cream out of a can on top. This is like really like night out getting drinks type of perfume to me. And it's not, you know, overly obnoxious, but it's just not as soft and sophisticated. Then we have behind that Cloud, which is my preferred Ariana Grande perfume. This is definitely my favorite. And it just has that, like from the bottle, you really smell that kind of like plasticky note that people talk about. But I really don't smell that at all on my skin. It's just like that soft, sweet, fluffy, almost slightly unisex, but not really, because it doesn't smell like a cologne. It still smells like a feminine perfume in my opinion, but it just has that very unique quality that I'm sure you guys are familiar with if you've ever smelled this perfume, or like Baccarat Rouge, you know, it has that like similar cloud-like note. You know, I don't really know exactly how to describe it. It's very unique, but this also has like lavender in it, I think, which I think is what makes it a little bit unisex, and I feel like it's another compliment getter that isn't like everything else. And I know people say the performance on this isn't super phenomenal, but on me, I feel like it lasts a pretty good amount of time because I'll get compliments like when I don't really smell it on myself that much. So even if you don't smell it, other people might. Okay, you guys, moving up to this shelf, which I actually have these perfumes right here. because I want to be wearing them for the month of November. So I put them on the shelf so that I'll see them and reach for them and all of that. It's like right at my eye level. I actually did switch out the Guess Seductive Noir for my Jimmy Choo perfume. I did a whole video on my November perfume rotation, and I had Guess Seductive Noir, but I put Jimmy Choo on the shelf instead. I think I am still going to try to wear Guess, but I felt like it was too much on that shelf. So I put Jimmy Choo there because I think I want to focus on this one even a little bit more, just because I haven't worn it enough and it's such a good scent. You definitely get the patchouli in this, but it also has in the dry down this like toffee sweet sticky note that is just delicious. So on me, the patchouli is in the opening and then it dries down and it's a lot softer. I mean, I know a lot of people that don't like patchouli don't love this scent, so keep that in mind that you can smell the patchouli in this, but once it dries down on my skin, it's just a lot softer, and then it mixes with that toffee and that pear. You get the pear note in the opening as well. This is just such a good nighttime perfume. Again, another date night scent, also girls' night. Yeah. Then we have Dolce & Gabbana, The Only One. This perfume I bought a while ago because of Kathleen Lights. She raved about this and said it's like one of her all-time favorite perfumes. She said she likes it more than Black Opium. And I really, really like this one. It has like a really caramelly opening, and it does have a little bit of that Black Opium quality, but I would definitely say that this one is more floral, and it is a lot stronger. The performance on this is beast mode. This is a very, very well-performing perfume. The projection and longevity is like one of the best out of my collection. I honestly think I might prefer Black Opium a little bit more, and I think that's just because of the stronger florals in this one, even though I really still love this one. And I'm gonna wear it in November and maybe curate my opinion or how I really feel about it on myself a little bit more, because I feel like I haven't worn enough for how long I've had it. It's just, if I go for a really, really sweet, warm floral, I think I prefer my La Vie Belle dupe from Dossier for that, because it smells exactly like La Vie Belle. I'll get into that one in a second, but this one's also really good though. So if you want something that smells a little bit more mature and unique and floral, I guess, than Black Opium, check out The Only One. And then we have Pink Sugar right beside that. Such a classic. Just a very, very, very sweet, sugary, cotton candy, caramel, vanilla, baked goods type of perfume. Again, I don't really pick up the licorice in this unless you compare it to the vanilla perfume, and then I can see that sort of difference there, but it's not too strong to me, and I'm not a big licorice fan. This is just like one of those really, really sweet, sugary perfumes that I like to wear in the fall and winter, and I have no shame about it. So then we have in front of that another perfume I want to wear this fall, because this perfume is like the epitome of fall. This is Pear Tree by Sucre Biel. You definitely get that sweet pear note in this, but you also have these like spicy, woody sort of notes in here. I think there's cardamom in here, but I get like a woodiness from it, and it is called Pear Tree, which is like a great description of this perfume. It's definitely a sweet pear though. Yeah, I think it's just that the woody, sort of spicy quality of this balances it out, but makes it just the perfect fall perfume from that, like, it's just like a spicy, sweet pear. And I want to wear this fall and then see if it's something that I would want to keep in my collection for next fall, because for me, this would be the type of perfume that I would only wear in the fall and winter, and mainly in the fall. So I don't want to keep it in my collection if it's not going to be one that I reach for like all the time, and it's like a sort of like indie niche type of perfume that isn't too expensive. And then behind that we have what I mentioned earlier, my La Vie Belle dupe from Dossier, not Glossier. This is their Gourmand Orange Blossom scent. And my Dossier perfumes do have the notes on the bottle, so I'll read them to you guys just because they're right here. This one has top notes of orange blossom, black currant, and hazelnut. Middle notes of orris, jasmine, sambac, and patchouli, and base notes of praline, vanilla, and tonka bean. It is the most sweet, sticky, florally scent. I definitely pick up on the florals in this one more than like Black Opium or something, at least on my skin. It's one that in the fall and winter time, I just want to reach for it all the time because it just smells so delicious and just like, oh, I know this is such a popular perfume, like the La Vie Belle perfume, but it just smells so good on every woman. Like, I just feel like the woman that's wearing this can get any man she wants. Like, she's asked out on dates constantly. She's beautiful, you know, she's perfectly clean and always wears cute clothes, and that's just what I see with Reb'l. So I don't care how popular it is or how cliche it is, I love it so much. And honestly, this smells exactly like Reb'l, so I don't feel like you need the original one if you want to go for a dupe house. I have nothing against dupe houses, so that's just my humble opinion. Next, we have another one of my all-time favorite perfume, you guys. This perfume, oh my gosh, it literally does things to me. This is Kilian Princess, and don't listen to what people are saying that this perfume is discontinued. It's still available. You can still get it on Sephora, and you can still get it on the Kilian website. Honestly, the main things that I get from this, and I'm just going to make it very simple, are like matcha green tea and marshmallow. Those are like the main notes that I pick up. In the opening, you get a little bit of like lemon and ginger, and in the dry down, the marshmallow mixes with this like caramelly sort of note. I don't know if there's caramel in this, it's just what I smell. But mainly, like in the heart of this fragrance, I get matcha and marshmallow, and that is the best combination. And it smells sweet, but not overly sweet, and it's not overly young and flirty. Like, it has that quality, but it's not overly so. Like, it still smells sophisticated and put together, but still soft and cozy and comforting, and it has everything to me. This perfume just has everything I need in a perfume. You need this in your life. Like, just so freaking good. It's so everything I want to be in a woman, you know? Like, I can't with this perfume. Speaking of everything I want to be as a woman, we have Insolence Eau de Toilette by Guerlain. This bottle is just absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I love the Guerlain Bee bottles. This perfume is a candied violet fragrance. It is powdery, and it has this like softness to it. It smells clean, but sweet at the same time. And I know people, you know, some people think this might smell too mature. Like, my sister smelled this out of the bottle and she didn't like it because she just felt like it was too mature. But honestly, on the skin, the way that this mixes with your body chemistry, it just becomes like the most soft, clean floral to ever exist. The most beautiful feminine woman. That's what this embodies. Like, this just has this sort of like vibe of, like I've said this before, to me when I smell this, of like the early 1900s, but like a young, feminine, you know, trendy girl in the early 1900s. Like, honestly, as weird as it sounds, when I smell this perfume, I picture Diana from Anne of Green Gables. I feel like this is the perfume she wore. Like, I definitely do. And I know that makes perfume probably sound so dated because, like, early 1900s, like, it doesn't smell like Chanel No. 5. It doesn't smell like any of those like really intense, strong, powdery perfumes. Like, it doesn't smell like that. It's like a modern version, but that's just what I see when I smell this perfume. I picture her raven black hair and her puffy dresses. Like, it just has the softest, clean violet scent to it. So yeah, such a beautiful feminine fragrance. I don't care what anybody says. Behind that, we have Mimosa and Cardamom by Jo Malone, another perfume I'm trying to wear more. This perfume is floral and fresh and spicy all at the same time. It has that floral aspect from the Mimosa. It has this spicy quality from the Cardamom, and then you get this like almost like clean soapiness to it that might not be for everyone, but personally for me, I think it's really nice because it's not overly soapy. When a perfume is too soapy, it's almost too much for me. The only perfume that I can handle that is very, very, very soapy is my Miami Glow by JLo, which is at the top shelf. So I'll talk about that at the end, but this one is a lot softer. It's not as intense. It definitely smells motherly to me in a way. Like, I would picture this being like the signature scent of like a really put together like mom, but like a young mom, you know, like she's young, she's stylish, she's put together, she's very comforting, and this is what she smells like. It's just a very nice, likable perfume, you know, but it's another one of those that I feel like you have to spray it on your skin to get the full experience of it, just like with the Insolence or Insolence. I just feel like it smells better on the skin. So I feel like some people, when they come up to the bottle, they might be off-put by like the powderiness or the soapiness of some of these perfumes, but then when you put it on your skin, it's just so beautiful. On the end here, I have these little mini bottles. This one actually should be in my travel section, but I want to mix it with this perfume. So that's why I set them next to each other to mix for the fall time. I talked about it in my November rotation. I have Versace Dylan Blue and Fancy by Jessica Simpson. Fancy is like a caramelly, sweet, florally scent, and Dylan Blue is a fresh, appley, shampooy floral scent. So I feel like combined, this just makes like a caramel apple, but sophisticated and in a perfume form. So that's why I want to wear it for the fall. And then this one is Soyvol Pink Praline. And this is like a niche perfume brand, but they're also natural. So they make natural perfumes. And this smells very, very realistic. It has notes of coffee and cinnamon, I think. It has grapefruit, which you definitely get, especially in the opening. And then it also has like cocoa and maple. For me in the opening, what I get most is grapefruit and coffee, and it's a very, very realistic coffee, more realistic than any coffee perfume I've ever smelled, because it just smells like real black coffee, but you get a little bit of that grapefruit, which you wouldn't think would blend right, but it does. It smells really good together. And then you start getting the cinnamon, and then you start getting in the deeper dry down, like the cocoa and the like sweet maple from this. And I actually had someone comment on a video recently and say that this was too realistic for them, which I totally understand. It really does smell very realistic, like you just got all these ingredients from your kitchen and put them into a perfume. But I like that personally sometimes. So this is a natural perfume that I think is a really great option if you're looking for a natural perfume, or even if you're not. It's just a really nice perfume for the fall and winter. So I'm going to be picking that up this month. And then up here on our last shelf, we have back here another one of my favorite perfumes. This is Indigo from Nest Fragrances, and this is another very, very unique perfume. The bottle on this is also very unique. This is such an incredible scent. To me, this just smells like the most like unique, beautiful woman. Like she's cultured, you know? She's exotic. Like it sort of gives me like the cool girl vibes that my Blackberry and Bay perfume does. Now, I didn't say that in this video, but in a lot of other videos in the past, I've described Blackberry and Bay as like a cool girl scent. You know, she's not really that into perfume, but she just has like one perfume that she wears, and she's just chill and not overbearing, and she's just a cool, down-to-earth person to hang out with. Like, that's the vibes I get from my Blackberry and Bay. And I also sort of get that from this, but this is a little bit more like eccentric, you know? The woman that's wearing this is a little bit more just, she's cultured, like I said, you know? The way I would describe this scent is like a tea fragrance. You really get the tea in this, but then it also has this like black pepper note. I'm pretty sure there's black pepper in here, but it definitely, you pick that up, that like spicy black pepper. And then there's also fig in here, and you really get that sweet fig from this, especially in the dry down. And it gets kind of like almost like a sticky sweet fig, like a dried fig. And you still smell the tea throughout the whole fragrance, but you get like the combination of this perfume is literally like a spicy pepperiness, like a green or an Earl Grey tea, and a dried sweet fig. That is what I get from this perfume, and it is so intoxicating and like underhyped. Honestly, Nest Indigo is underhyped. I cannot imagine someone smelling this and thinking it doesn't smell good, but it's also so unique, which is what is so incredible about this perfume. And then right here next to that, laying down because it's like a very unique bottle, we have KKW Crystal Violet Musk. And this perfume is actually, like I always say, it's a lavender perfume, not a violet perfume, even though it's called Crystal Violet Musk. And this one is like the perfect everyday scent, honestly. And this is like a soft, fluffy, sweet lavender. It's a little bit like powdery, musky clean, if that makes sense. And then it has like a sweetness to it, and the lavender sort of like softens it. And it just smells really, really nice. This smells like clean, you know, this just, it smells sweet too, but it smells clean, like clean hair. That's like the vibe I get from this. Like the girl that is wearing this just showered and her hair is like really clean. It's still a little bit damp maybe because it's that clean. And it's just so feminine and so soft and pretty, and yeah, just a really, really, really nice scent. Also underrated in my opinion. Yeah, it's one of those everyday scents that doesn't smell like everything else. And that's the vibe I get from this. So I have to move quicker through this last shelf because I'm running out of SD card space. I can see it already. So I have another Dossier perfume. So let's just talk about my Dossier perfumes together, to be honest. I have Aquatic Peony, which is a dupe for Acqua di Gioia, and it definitely smells the same. The top notes in this are mint, blackcurrant, lemon, and aquatic accord. Middle notes are peony, jasmine, and pink pepper, and the base notes are cedarwood and labdanum. And from this perfume, it's like a freshie that's not too strong or overpowering, and you smell that like mint tea in this, which I really like. But you also get the like the lemon and the aquatic notes in here, and the cedarwood and the pink pepper really just like ground this perfume. It's just such a great scent for the spring and summer, honestly. I mean, this could be a signature scent, sure, but I would wear this in the spring and summer, and that's when this perfume works the best for me. It's just a really good one. And then we have Oriental Vetiver, which, oh, you guys, I actually only smelled the original of this perfume, which is by Rado Bal de Freak, one time, like at a Nordstrom or something. I just sampled it. So I can't remember exactly what it smells like, but I'm pretty sure this is like almost an exact dupe, because from what I remember, it smells very, very, very similar. So the top notes in this are bergamot, lemon, and buchu. Middle notes are orange blossom, marigold, and violet, and base notes are vetiver, amber, and cedarwood. And this perfume, you guys, this is another one of those perfumes that smells like an expensive hotel, but it doesn't have super great performance. That's the thing I will say about this Dossier perfume. All the other Dossier perfumes I've tried have really good performance, but this one is not quite as good. That's the only downside. So I don't know if Bal de Freak is better, but that might make it worth it to buy the original if it is better. Otherwise, get this one because it's incredible. Oh my gosh. Something about this perfume, I don't know what it is. The bergamot and the lemon, that like fresh opening, but then that like vetiver, like woodiness, like this is like the best freshie I've ever smelled. If you want my full and honest true opinion, if you're looking for a fresh, clean type of perfume that does not have like sweetness or like intense deep notes, this is her. Like this is it, because it just smells so good and clean and put together, and like this is what you wear for like a work interview, you know, or this is what you wear just like when you're in charge of something, but maybe you're not the kind of person that like wears really intense, bold perfumes to let everyone know you're in charge, but you just smell good, and but you're still put together and you're sophisticated and you're clean. Like this is what you wear. It does also, like I said, smell like an expensive hotel scent, but in perfume form, and this smells like a clean, sophisticated person. Then we have this perfume that I really only have for nostalgic reasons. I only have this because it reminds me of like my teenage years. I wore this when I was like 14, 15, and so it really just brings me back to that time in my life, takes me back to those memories. I spent a summer in Montana with my family because I have family in Montana, and I bought this perfume, and so I wore it, and that's what it reminds me of. This is just a coconut fruity kind of scent, mostly coconut to be honest. It's like a tropical summer scent. I don't really wear this one. It sort of smells like a Bath & Body Works body spray, which I love Bath & Body Works body sprays, don't get me wrong. Like I'm not like against that. I have a ton of them and I love them, and I wear really cheap perfumes too, but it's more like what I would wear on a day when I'm going to wear a body spray, if you know what I'm saying. Like not necessarily when I'm going to wear like a really fancy perfume, but it just smells nice. It's like a nice coconut scent that, again, like I said, I really only have it for nostalgic reasons because it just takes me back. And then behind that we have, I think this is my most recent purchase, but it is a Mercari perfume because it is discontinued, so you can't find it new, and there's really only a little bit of this left, which I don't love doing that, but if I really want to try a perfume, I will sometimes get a bottle that is used just because I want to smell it, and it's discontinued. So this is Daisy Oh So Fresh Twinkle by Marc Jacobs, and I wanted to try this because it's another violet perfume, and I love Insolence. This is just less powdery version. It's a lot fresher. It has more of a tart berry opening that makes it different from that one. But you still get the violet. It's just less intense and less sweet in this because I feel like the berries are a little bit more strong in this and more like tangy than the violet is. But It's such a nice perfume. This is one of Kathleen Light's like favorite perfumes, and that's what made me want to buy this. This is a really pretty bottle too. It's very like over the top, but it's still really pretty. I love this lavender color, and yeah, this is a nice violet perfume that isn't, it smells a lot younger and more like just girly and modern than the Insolence perfume. And then, oh guys, I'm trying to move fast here. We have H&M Sunray. This is a summery, musky, fruity perfume that really just smells so much like Replica Beach Walk or Eau de Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. This one is a little bit more musky and fruity versus I feel like the Replica Beach Walk is a little bit more floral. But it has the same vibe, and it gives off that summer tropical vacation beach vibe. And this one is like $6. So H&M Sunray has pretty good performance, and it's a $6 perfume. So you really can't go wrong for this for a summer perfume. Back here we have a Good Chemistry perfume. I love Good Chemistry perfumes, you guys. I really want to get some more into my collection because the only other one that I have is in a travel size. Anyways, this is Brainiac. This is a like citrusy, spicy, kind of peppery perfume. It really smells unisex to me. It smells cologne-y. Like, it's just a soft, clean, citric, peppery perfume that would be really nice for like the gym. I've worn this to the gym before, or like when you're just out of the shower and you just want to smell clean but not sweet, and you maybe want like something that has a little bit of like a cologne vibe. Then up here on the sides, we have two little mini like dabber bottles. We have Tom Ford Black Orchid and Alien from Mugler. So Tom Ford Black Orchid is a very, very unique, dark, like intense scent. It smells very mature, I guess. A little bit like unisex and definitely strong, like a strong perfume. I like it, but it can be a little bit off-putting to some people, and so I like that I have this little dabber, but I don't think that I would purchase a full bottle of this. Alien is like a jasmine, woody, amber scent, I believe. This is very, very, very popular perfume, very talked about. It's a lot of people's favorite like nighttime perfume. And it's another kind of like strong synthetic perfumey scent, but I think it's really nice. I'm gonna have to like wear this one myself and really see how I feel about it, because I did get it recently with an order online and I just haven't really worn it on my skin enough to really know how I feel about it. So we'll see. And then I'm actually going to tilt you guys up a little bit so that I can show you the top shelf. On the top shelf, I have my Miami Glow, just because it's too tall to fit into one of these shelves. So I just keep it on the top. This is definitely a summer perfume all the way. It smells, honestly, to put it simply, like passion fruit soap with a little bit of a coconutty undertone. It's very soapy. When I first smelled it, I was very off-put by it. Like, I was surprised. I didn't expect it to smell like that, but it's grown on me and I really like it now. It smells like just like a really great summery, clean perfume. Perfect for like summertime or vacation or something. And then next to that here, I have a backup of my Viktor&rolf Eau de Toilette, because that's really hard to find, so I wanted to have a backup bottle. Next to it, I have Shiseido Zen, which is a perfume that I really, really like, but the reason I put it on the top shelf is just because I'm considering decluttering it. It's just something I'm considering. It's not for sure. I love this perfume, and honestly, I've always said that it gives me Chanel vibes. It really does smell like a Chanel perfume, and it's much more affordable than Chanel. This does have patchouli in it, but it also has pineapple and grapefruit, and I think there's pine in here. It just smells like a really nice, feminine, sophisticated spring and summer scent. But I'm thinking if I get a Chanel in my collection, which I'm thinking about purchasing a Chanel, then I don't really feel like I need this. It's not something that I reach for all the time. It's just, it doesn't suit me for every day. This would be really nice on another person for every day, maybe someone older. But for me, I feel like it doesn't suit me for every day. So that's why if I got a Chanel, I think I would just reach for that over this one, and I wouldn't need both. So we'll see. But that's Shiseido Zen. Right beside that, we have Stella McCartney Pop. This is a perfume that I really never wear, and that's why it's on the top shelf, because I just never reach for it. There's barely any in here. There's only a little bit left. And nobody really wants it. Like, I feel like I've tried to give it to someone and they didn't want it. And I don't want to throw it away. I hate the idea of throwing a perfume away. So I just leave it sitting there, and then if I ever feel like smelling this, I'll pick it up and spray it on, you know? It's like a clean, like fruity floral scent. Very, very, very light, almost like watery light. Ugh. Let's finish off this collection with my travel sizes. I'm going to put the camera a little bit lower again. I want to go through these pretty quickly because there's a lot here, and I'm only going into depth about the ones that are like my favorites. So I have Sarah Jessica Parker Lovely. This is just a soft, like lavender type of scent. It's not super sweet. It's sophisticated, but also comforting at the same time. So I wear this one to bed. It's really the only time I ever wear this one is just if like I want something soft and comforting to go to sleep, because that's like a really good perfume for that. My most recent one, I actually just got this today and I put it in here. This is Skylar Vanilla Sky. I had been wanting to try this because everyone said it was like the most delicious vanilla, and I have to agree, it smells amazing. But I still have to put this on my skin. I have to try it out more, but it smells so delicious, like a sweet vanilla cappuccino. Victoria's Secret Blush. This is just a body spray travel size. So I purchased this a really long time ago when I was in Florida, and that is like the trip that my husband proposed to me on. So that's why I keep it, because it's nostalgic and it kind of smells like that time. But I never wear it because there's only like 2 sprays left in here, and I kind of want to just keep it for memories. But it smells really nice. And then Oil Perfumery Santal 33 dupe. I really only have this because it's also a little bit nostalgic for me. Like I wore this a lot when we first moved into this house last fall, so like a year ago now. It was just really like an exciting time in our lives, and like I wore this perfume a lot, so it reminds me of moving in here. But I don't actually love the scent that much because even though it is a nice like woody scent, it really has like a fishy undertone or like a pickle juice undertone. I don't know how to describe it. Mostly just in the opening, but when I smell it out of this, I get like this pickly scent. I don't know, like a little bit fishy or something. But other than that, it is a nice woody scent when it dries down on the skin. Anyways, I kind of went on a rant. I said I'm only going to talk about certain ones. I'm talking about them all. Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume, like a small spray that I got with an order. And this is a very light scent. I haven't worn it on my skin yet, but I did spray it on paper recently because I wanted to really smell like what it smells like. And honestly, this reminds me of like Ariana Grande God Is a Woman. It sort of dries down like a soft pear perfume mixed with Ariana Grande Cloud, but softer and not very sweet or anything like that. I don't know. I like this one though. It's really nice. Then we have Simply Pink by Pink Sugar. I actually keep this one in my purse right now because I just like to have something with me in my purse. This is just a great like variation of Pink Sugar. It's more fruity than Pink Sugar is. It's like more raspberry, so it smells more candy-like than baked good, if that makes sense. So I really like that one. Good Chemistry Queen Bee. You guys know this is one of my favorite perfumes, but I only have a travel size because this is my friend's like signature scent, and I just don't want to take that from her. But if it wasn't for the fact that this is her perfume, I would literally have a giant bottle of this, and I love it so much. This perfume has 3 notes: amber, blackcurrant, and peony. And you really get that blackcurrant in this. It sort of reminds me of the way that the blackcurrant is in Valentino, Donna, Born in Roma. So if you want like something that's a little bit similar to that perfume, but a lot more affordable, check out Good Chemistry Queen Bee. Even though they don't smell the same, it's just that the blackcurrant kind of gives off the same vibe in this perfume. And then we have Versace Crystal Noir. This is a very, very soft, like slightly spicy, like coconutty kind of scent. It's great for nighttime. It just gives off like nighttime summer vibes to me. This is the EDT version, by the way. That has a little bit of like a unisex scent to it, but it's also a little bit sweeter than that. We have a little roller ball of Nest Indian Jasmine. Oh, this is such a beautiful, sweet jasmine scent. If you made like a simple sugar syrup on your stove when you just mix sugar and water together and it makes like a syrup, and you put jasmine in there, that's what this smells like. And I've said it before, this smells like a rich woman, a rich, fancy woman in her silk robe. Like I love wearing this one at nighttime after a bath. Then we have a decant of Delina by Parfum de Marly. This is one of those niche perfumes that I love it, but I don't know if I'd purchase a full bottle because it gives my husband a headache. So I only wear this on specific occasions, like if I'm going to a wedding. That's when I would wear this perfume because it's just like that perfect wedding scent. It's such a beautiful, unique, fruity floral. It's like got rhubarb and lychee in the opening, but it smells so feminine and beautiful. And then we have Replica Beach Walk, which I mentioned earlier, kind of reminds me of the H&M Sunray. But this one is a little bit more floral and a little bit more just strong. Just the perfect like musky summer scent, honestly. And then the last one here, another one of my recent favorite perfumes, but I only have it in a travel spray. But I would definitely own a full bottle of this. So once I run out of this, I will pick up the full bottle. But this is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Amorous Femme. And this perfume, this is such a just beautiful feminine light scent. It's fresh and a little bit like citric, but then it also just has this like light floral quality that makes it so pretty. It just smells like expensive and sophisticated. But this perfume is so good, you guys, and I cannot wait to get myself a bottle of this because I want to have it in my collection long term. But okay, I'm gonna put all my samples back in here, and that is the end of this video, you guys. It is so ridiculously long. You guys, what can I say? I cannot help myself. When I talk about perfume, there's no one to shut me up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out my other perfume videos if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel. I would so appreciate it. And give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in my next perfume video. Bye.